We'll be catching up in a bit from and as things.
Hello, Kevin.
And as always, thanks, DA. That kind of unpredictability helps in some settings, can cause many matchup problems for the D. Good offensive matchup tonight in what should be a high-scoring game. Doris, how can one team gain an advantage here?
Well, to me, it's always about a level of physicality, a willingness to get big stops, and then you've got to go convert on the other end.
Nice and high.
It'll be the Nets off the tip. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Durant is out there with Griffin. Then it's Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Irving at the point. Harden dishes to Irving. In the corner, it's Griffin. 6 on the shot clock. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. Cullen passes to Lillard. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Here's Durant.
Boom!
Oh, my God.
That's how you attack. Wow.
How'd he do that? Well, the length of Kevin Durant on the defensive end, creating havoc and an opportunity for his guys.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. No good on the triple. And Harden wide open. He shoots. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Harden's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, that's what you want from Irving. He's a point guard who is always looking to distribute the rock.
McCollum outside. Anthony on the wing. Irving against Lillard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And that's how you answer back.
Well, you can tell that was a little give good, get good. Executed well on the offensive end, connects on the deep threat.
Irving kicks to Durant. Irving against Lillard. Back to Durant. Lets it go with a 3. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, and it's the long arms of Jordan, staying active on the boards for these high-percentage putbacks.
And Lillard kicks to Collins. Screen by Nurkic. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
Working the in-between area, the kind of look that can get you into a rhythm early.
Yeah, the defense better take notice because you can't let guys get comfy shooting from their spots.
Griffin with it. Lillard picks him up. A nice shot by Griffin.
It was all about his athleticism when Griffin first came into the league, but it didn't take long to see he was about a lot more than that. He's got serious skills down low.
Back to McCollum. Screen by Nurkic. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Takes a 3. And the Trailblazers another 3.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
Well, you think about the virtuoso ball handlers in NBA history, Kyrie Irving has got to rank at the top of that list. You know, his ability to dissect defenders, get into the lane, that is the foundation of his offensive game.
Free throw, good, Irving. And the fans get their money's worth watching Irving. My goodness, Doris, he puts on a show.
Oh, he certainly does. He's got every move in the book. A devastating crossover, a little in and out dribble, the hesitation, the spin, the ability to stop on a dime and hit the pull-up. You don't ever know as a defender which way to go.
Both free throws, good from Kyrie Irving.
Boy, he's just been so consistent, right? I mean, every time he's gotten to the stripe, he's delivered. This is great stuff.
Lillard outside. Back to Nurkic. Over Jordan. That one off the back iron and out.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, classic example of crowding the shooter, not letting him get comfortable in the mid-range.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
McCollum against Griffin. From the baseline. And again, it's Portland converting.
Crafty move. He recognizes the size disadvantage, and the mid-range is close enough.
I'll tell you, that's really clever because it's not easy to get that mid-range off over a guy who's got a size advantage. He made it look easy.
Oh, what a beautiful pass. And then to catch and finish all in one motion. Stupendous.
An alley-oop like that, Greg, is so rare you just got to take a second and enjoy it. The shot by Anthony, no good.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
They get it back. Jordan. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And that's as high percentage as it gets for Jordan. He has shot over 65% for his entire career.
Anthony dishes to Lillard. Nurkic setting the pick for Lillard. To the middle. Layup off the pick. Collins, good.
Perfect example of how to set a great screen. Set your feet, stand firm.
Irving against Lillard. Releases. And the shot is long.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Yeah, that's a surprising miss, Greg. I have a feeling if they get that shot again, they'll knock it down next time.
The dish to Collins. Kicks it out to Lillard. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there. Brooklyn leading by 4. Harden outside. Pass to Durant. Back to Harden. Jordan the screen. It's Harden with the drive. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Anthony with it. He had 13 points in the win against Memphis.
You know, he was also one of their key contributors on the glass. His effort was terrific.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And it goes down 2 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And Lillard kicks to Anthony. He dishes it to Nurkic. Lillard from outside hits the three-point bomb. Lillard's got 11 points.
I'll tell you, he's doing everything scoring-wise this period to try to keep them in it.
Jordan the screen. From deep, Harden. Nets working now with a new shot clock. The feed to Irving. Left side Durant. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, KD knows how to use his body on the block. Has such a good sense for when to rise and fire.
Here's McCollum. And again, it's Portland converted.
And very little defense here to start the game.
Boy, both teams rolling right now on the offensive end. We got a little barn burner cooking.
Jordan with the screen on Lillard. Fires for 3. That shot off the mark. And it's Portland the other way. Gotta keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
I mean, you'd have to question their effort, Greg. They did a great job at penetrating and kicking out. The defense simply wasn't up to the task.
Yeah, nice, silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better.
I think, you look back on some of the point guards who have become head coaches in the NBA. Kenny Atkinson of the Nets, one of those guys, led the University of Richmond to the Sweet 16 back in 1988.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Collins. Jones checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Powell in for McCollum. Harris is checked in for the Nets. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for Irving. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. And Coach Atkinson never played in the NBA, but a long professional playing career.
Well, he played for over a decade in Europe. And certainly, Kev, there's more than one way to succeed in basketball. And now he's gaining a reputation as being a solid NBA coach early in his career. I can't wait to see what's next.
Hey, Greg, when you look at all the dunks that DeAndre Jordan has on his resume, it's pretty impressive.
And Jordan, I feel, is even underrated with his dunking ability. Very agile. You can see that in warm-ups as well as the dunk contest. His unmatched power when attacking the rim, really unprecedented. He may be the best athlete in the league.
Lock at 6. Jordan with a screen on Kanter. Shoots off the screen. He shoots again. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. And there's the call. Portland the foul.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate. And teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
Of course, we talk about speed and quickness being a difference maker on offense, which players really use those attributes to lock down players defensively.
I think it's hard not to look at Marcus Smart and Jay Crowder. The kind of physical attributes, meaning speed, toughness, length, but they also have the mindset necessary to look opposite some of the best players in the league and say, not on my watch. I'm going to get down in my stance and I'm going to prohibit you from getting to your strengths. It's really maybe underappreciated by everyone except coaches and fans of the game.
True, and you and I were just talking about Tony Allen.
That's a great point. I mean, Tony Allen has made his career specifically on the defensive end because, as you know, he's an opportunistic cutter, and if you leave him open, he can make an uncontested mid-range. But the reality is Tony Allen is in the NBA because he is a great defensive player.
Out to the wing. Dishes it to Griffin. From down in the low post, it goes. Griffin's got his third basket of the night.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
Kanter sets the pick for Covington. Kanter with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Lillard from outside. And the Trailblazers, another three.
Boy, I love seeing Kanter distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
Jordan the screen. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And take a look at this. Every team loves to have guys like these. Big men who can pass like guards. These are their assist totals on the season. Blake Griffin is second.
It takes a tremendous feel for the game to be able to make the passes these big guys are capable of making out of the low post.
A feel for the game and terrific court vision. There's not an angle or an open teammate that they won't spot and find right away. The simple little draw and dish play is elevated to an art form by that group.
Trailblazers making a switch here. Leafs checked in. Lillard outside. And another three for Portland.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Brooklyn's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Jones against Harris. Lobs it up for Jordan. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. There's 1:38 left in the first quarter of the game. Lillard misses.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Dinwiddie looking for his first basket still in this one. To the inside. Powell with the steal. Lillard from outside. Dinwiddie with the rebound. The Nets with the lead. Picked by Griffin. Here's Dinwiddie. Knocked away. 6 to shoot. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Dinwiddie passes to Griffin. Here's Dinwiddie, guarded by Powell. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And Lillard kicks to Jones. Now here's Powell. He's tightly guarded. Five on the clock. Shoots from the baseline. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Nets leading by 3. Covered by Lillard. Kicks to Harris. Left side, Griffin. And here's Jordan outside. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And so it's DeAndre Jordan making things happen for Brooklyn. Hit. And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. And taking a look at the net. Trailblazers trail by 3. And for the Blazers, Greg, you could make the case they possess the second best backcourt in the NBA after the Splash Brothers with Lillard and McCollum.
Yeah, certainly offensively. I mean, they're just about unguardable. The questions begin at the other end. And when you factor in defense, I think you can find some debate there as some other groups tend to do a better job on that side of the ball.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Portland, Damian Lillard out there with Norman Powell. Then it's Robert Covington. Then it's Jones. And it's Leaf in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, I didn't either. I thought his feet were moving. It was close, but he was still sliding in just a bit.
Andre Hollis Jefferson, he's checked in for Jones.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
They set the pick. Pass to Leaf. Lillard outside. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Clock at 4. A three-pointer, no good.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
And now it's a double-digit lead. And that's now 11 points for Jordan.
Second chance points have really been an issue here defensively.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Powell. Lillard from outside. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Yeah, coming off that screen, wide open, just can't convert.
And I think, Greg, that's exactly what you want. The screen was solid. The execution just fell a little bit short on the shot.
And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
I tell you, get the feeling he's only going to get better as this game wears on. That first quarter was good. His second quarter has been great.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, the Portland Trailblazers are developing a great chemistry for a young team. Damian Lillard takes the team to San Diego every September for bonding purposes. And he told me how much we like each other, how much time we spend around each other. That shows you a team that is really together. It is a unit. We have each other's back. Kevin?
And it's critical to establish camaraderie early on. Thank you, D.A. Sounds like Lillard has this team headed in the right direction. It's Powell on the wing. Here's the screen. McCollum's checked in for Lillard. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Harris kicks to James. And here are the Trailblazers now. Trailblazers trail by 10. McCollum kicks to Powell. There's the screen. And Jordan sends it back.
And the one thing we know about DeAndre, he's a presence at both ends of the floor. He protects the rim on D just as much as he punishes it at the offensive end.
Harris outside. 6 on the shot clock. Connects from three-point range. Harris has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. For Portland, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
And, of course, for the Nets, I mean, they won't control their own first-round pick until 2019. There's going to be some losing along the way with not much reward.
A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Leaf, and Collins subbed in for Robert Covington. Durant's checked in for the Nets. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Screen by Nurkic. There's the triple. McCollum, no good. And Greg, the Nets trading away the better part of a decade worth of draft picks when they went all in back in 2013 and 2014.
Yeah, going for vets like Darren Williams and Gerald Wallace, Paul Pierce, and, of course, KG. But unfortunately, all past their prime. You know, that team only able to get to the second round, and boy, what a heavy price to pay for so little success in the postseason.
Well, he works to find the open space behind the arc, and it pays off with the three. Nice.
Johnson kicks to James. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. James has got the lead up to 13 now for Brooklyn.
And they've done a great job knocking down those long-range shots here in the second, shooting just over 40% from downtown.
And here's McCollum for 3. Can't get it to drop. Made 3. Missed 2 from the field.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Here's Jordan. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And here's McCollum. 20 points for him last game against Memphis.
And also 3 steals. So he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side.
Yeah, and C.J. McCollum mostly plays at that off-guard spot with the Blazers. But on a lot of teams, you could see him as the lead guard. I mean, 6'3" in height, and his handles are elite.
Two shots.
And he makes the first. And C.J. McCollum can step into that point guard role very comfortably.
Yeah, I mean, he keeps it on a string going right or left. Terrific ball handler. Calling him a secondary ball handler is almost not doing him justice.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Enes Kanter's checked in for Collins. And Carmelo Anthony's subbed in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson. That one misses. So there's a new procedure for choosing starters in the All-Star game, Doris. Fans account for 50% of the vote, as you know. Players, 25%. Media, 25%. What do you think of that?
I love that the fans have a vote. I would like to see the percentages changed in this way. I would like players, the peers, to have 50% weight. Give the media and fans 25% each. So just swap it so that the peers are dictating the outcome of the All-Star.
Or even if you just had maybe 2 players from each team, guys with some respect and some nice perspective to fill that role you're talking about.
That's a great point. You pick your leaders from your group, and they cast the vote. Perfect.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Here's Powell. A beautiful reverse layup.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against length.
And to me, that's all about the body control, right, Greg? I mean, he does such a stellar job sizing up his man and drains it despite having the size on him.
He kicks to McCollum. Again, McCollum missing.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not helping his team. That was an awful quarter.
And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Griffin. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between three-pointers and two-pointers tonight for the Blazers. And timeout called. Terry Stotts has had enough. Of course, you've been a color analyst for both men's basketball, women's basketball. Stylistically, what's the difference, in your opinion, between the two, if anything?
Well, I think there are a number of differences. The primary one being athleticism is slowly starting to take shape and more dictate the outcome of success in women's basketball. Whereas athleticism has always been a part of dictating the outcome of games. The above-the-rim aspect of the NBA versus, for the most part, the below-the-rim aspect of the WNBA. That would be the primary difference for me.
But the fundamentals, too, sometimes stand out. The women's game, I think, really, you can see fundamentals so strongly.
You can, Kevin, and I think what helped the women's game tremendously was, especially in the WNBA, you had NBA coaches transition to roles in the WNBA, the Bill Lambiers, the Mike Thibault, so they taught that group how to be pros, how to win on that level.
Excellent point.
Well, I mean, he needs to talk to his guys. The interior defense has been horrific.
Absolutely no rim protection whatsoever. At this point, the other team is walking all over them on the inside.
Brooklyn making some changes. James Harden, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Kyrie Irving in for James. McCollum against Irving. McCollum dishes to Carmelo. Nurkic a screen on Durant. Durant against Anthony. Tries it from the top of the key. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. No coverage that time. And it's 7 points for James Harden.
You know, Kevin, we talk about Irving's great finishing ability, but he's also a dynamic passer.
Anthony sets the pick for McCollum. And there's the pass to Carmelo. Back to McCollum. There's the triple. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Feeds it to Durant. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Durant's got 6 points.
And this is Durant's game, right? As soon as he catches the ball, he's ready. Pre-shot preparation outstanding.
Griffin against Cantor. Here's Anthony. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Durant for 3, and Cantor pulls it down.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
You know, you love your star players making others better, and Melo with the vision there.
For 3, Durant. Good on the triple. Durant's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And that was a real quick comeback there. Both sides showing some range.
Well, both teams are pulling the trigger right now, showing great confidence from behind that arc.
It's McCollum on the wing, covered by Irving. Count the basket. That's 10 points for C.J. McCollum.
I'll tell you, the floater is a shot that takes great touch, but that one looks pretty leaving his fingertips.
Griffin a screen on McCollum. Irving kicks to Durant. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Well, after hitting 0 from distance in the first, that's his second make this quarter.
Trailblazers trail by 13. Powell kicks to McCollum. Back to Powell. Nurkic a screen on Harden. Down low. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Jones checked in for the Trailblazers. Brooklyn leading by 11. Now, here is Irving. 20 points for him last game against the Nuggets in Denver. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And how about the vertical of Jordan, easily rising up for the timely alley-oop slam.
And the replay presented by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, giving us the chance to enjoy that alley-oop all over again. Cantor, the pass to Anthony. And Jones has it in the corner. Back to Anthony. Stolen by Durant. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got 3 assists now in this one.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Anthony against Durant. Stolen by Durant. 1:03 left in the first half of the game. Harden's shot is good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
59 seconds left in the first half. Passes to Carmelo. His shot is good. Scores his 3rd basket in 6 tries. Shooting 50%.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Off the iron that time.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Powell with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Back to McCollum. Cantor sets the pick for McCollum. Inside, and Cantor throws it down.
Boy, once Cantor establishes position on the interior, forget about it.
Harden against Anthony. Harden right side. There's the 3. And the Nets, another 3.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Well, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense, because you've got to make somebody else beat you.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for 3rd quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, y'all. Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. A nice show being put on tonight by DeAndre Jordan. He ended up with 15 points and a monster amount of rebounds. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
The impact of DeAndre Jordan, his size and athleticism. I love the intimidation factor that he brings on both ends of the floor. Obviously a tremendous shot blocker, but you can see how hard he works on the offensive end now. Alley-oops, putbacks, even 1 or 2 post moves now.
Shaq, how do you think Portland played?
Well, there are a few areas they need to improve on, but perimeter defense is priority numero uno. They got to be quicker to close out on the 3-point shooters, and you got to prevent the open looks. They weren't fighting through screens. They're just not doing enough, Ernie, especially outside.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, what a shot in the arm.
Checking out the group for Kenny Atkinson to start the second half. They've got Griffin, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Anthony's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Trailblazers. And for the Blazers, tremendous scoring talent in their backcourt. How did they turn the corner in the West?
Clearly, it's going to be with their defense. I think that's where they've had their struggles. They're going to have to get better at the point of attack there and protecting the rim. I think some of it has to do with the lack of discipline, but also you could factor that into being just an inexperienced young group that's still kind of getting their feet wet.
Lillard dishes to Collins. That one goes in.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And that one falls for Collins. Doris, as we know, you were born in New York, grew up in New Jersey, lots of basketball talent in those areas. Who were some local players who influenced you early on?
Well, 1983 is the year the Philadelphia 76ers won the NBA championship, and that team was the epitome of cool, Kevin, right? You had the masterful doctor, the power of Moses Malone, but you know who I tried to emulate? Mo Cheeks.
No kidding.
Yeah, the steady-headed point guard who could make big shots and come up with a timely steal. I couldn't be the doctor. I couldn't fly like the doc, so Mo Cheeks was my guy.
Nurkic. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And over the course of the Nets franchise history, some interesting decisions. I mean, back in the 90s, they came very close to changing the team name to the Swamp Dragons. I think I'm just going to leave that one right there.
And the second free throw, good. So, Greg, how close were the Nets to being the Swamp Dragons anyway?
Well, it needed a unanimous vote of all the teams to change it, but there was one vote against it. The Nets themselves voted against the change, and they had 7 owners who rotated voting duties, and the one on deck got cold feet. Remember, back in 2012, James Harden was the 6th man of the year. Now he's every bit the franchise player.
First free throw is good. Harden hits them both.
2 seasons ago, you think about the Blazers. They were a young, overachieving team full of great bargain contracts. Well, yeah, they're still young, but they had to shell out some big-time cash to kind of keep that young nucleus together.
Nobody near Lillard. No good on the 3.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleash chaos moment. And despite spending big money to keep their young talent all together, last season the Blazers, Greg, narrowly made the playoffs and were swept in the first round.
Yeah, and some of those contracts, they have to be a concern if this team doesn't show progress this season. Still, there's something to be said for that stability. This roster given the chance to grow together and develop that chemistry and continuity. Let's see what the ceiling is.
One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Well, he has got to be the only thing they're discussing in this huddle because the approach they've used on him has been a disaster. Changes need to be made. I don't know if it's a double team, switching matchups, but something's got to be done.
Nobody near Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got assist number 5 here tonight. Nets leading by 17. Jordan with a screen on Lillard. Durant wide open. He fires. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Boy, the three-point stroke is just so effortless by Kevin Durant. It is a thing of beauty.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Nurkic has got 11 points.
I'll tell you, he's been one area they haven't had to worry about tonight. He's been scoring at will.
Jordan the screen. Outside Durant. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
And amazing what they're doing on offense here. Perfect from the field to start the half.
McCollum against Harden. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. That shot is in, just like 6 others have been for him. He's shooting 7 for 15.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Irving dishes to Durant. The shot, no good. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. This game against Brooklyn here, it's their first look at the Nets.
Yeah, and they swept this matchup the 2 times they played last year. They held the advantage on paper and on the court.
Well, a year ago, there was a big gap in talent between the two teams. But changes are always made, and we'll see how they match up this time around.
Here's Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And that's what Jordan does best, an extremely lethal dunker.
Pass to Collins. And Griffin sends it back. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Robert Covington's checked in for Portland. Harris is checked in for the Nets. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for Kyrie Irving. Nurkic kicks to Covington. Nurkic setting the pick for Covington. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And a look here at the shot chart for Jordan.
Well, they say the mid-range game is a dying art form, but after looking at this shot chart, they are injecting a ton of life into it. Whatever space is being offered up to them in the mid-range, they have accepted and have continually knocked down shots to make the defense pay.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. And the Nets making a change here as well. Johnson's checked in. Here's Dinwiddie, covered by Lillard. Jordan the screen. Dinwiddie passes to Johnson. 5 to shoot. Over McCollum. There's the dish to Dinwiddie. A shot by Griffin. Nobody around, but he recovers it. Here's Dinwiddie, covered by Lillard. At the elbow, Griffin. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Stolen. Here's Dinwiddie. He's got 9. 13 feet away. Kept alive. And again, it's DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 21 in the game.
Yeah, second chance points. Gotta love the way they attack the offensive glass there, even with a huge lead.
I'll tell you, Greg, there's no let-up in how they play. They want to dominate every aspect, and that includes second chance points.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points. And with the pause here, how about the stats for Covington? 8th in three-point field goal percentage, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And back to his efficiency from 3, as you said, he's top 10 in the league. Defenses are now trying to deny him the basketball, but really to no avail. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Griffin with the ball, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce. And, you know, doesn't matter where you line him up. Tyler Johnson has become a playmaker. You know, had to work his way into the NBA, but he has quickly established himself. Great threat off the bench who brings instant scoring and can be a catalyst for your offense.
And Greg, with Johnson, it's that burst he plays with on the floor that makes him such an energizer.
Yeah, and for a player who isn't the biggest guard, you know, he attacks with reckless abandon. Great speed of play in the half court as well as transition, and he's really slippery and can step in if you overcommit.
And we always talk about getting good looks. Here's who's doing the best of it in the NBA. 5th, DeAndre Jordan.
And just so reliable offensively. It's one thing to find good looks, but you've got to finish when you get them, and he does at a fantastic rate.
Dinwiddie dishes to Griffin. He feeds it to Dinwiddie. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Dinwiddie's got 11 points. The Trailblazers have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. And Lillard kicks to Collins. Here's the screen. It's Covington on the wing. This one for 3. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Well, that's the shot they want. He always has the green light when he's that open. Boy, one miss isn't going to change that.
Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. McCollum outside. Griffin against Covington. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
You know, so much of rebounding is about effort, and no lack of that right there. He had to box out and establish great position.
Lillard outside. Covington in the corner. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Covington's got 4 points in the quarter.
And Lillard focused on involving his teammates through passing, showing a real desire to make them better.
Outside Griffin. He dishes it to Dinwiddie. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
I mean, how does he get that shot off? I mean, he had to angle that perfectly to get past the defender.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Enes Kanter's checked in for Collins. Jones comes in for Rondae Hollis Jefferson. And it's Powell in for McCollum. Covington. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
He's been doing really nice work at the line. 83%. And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Jeff Green, he's checked in for Tyler Johnson. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Brooklyn leading by 23. On the wing, Green. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. And he knocks down the first one.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
For Portland, they've gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. There's a screen by Kanter, and Lillard gets double-teamed. It's Powell on the wing, guarded by Green. Shot clock at 6. Here's Covington, and Griffin sends it back. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line. That'll put Enes Kanter on the line. Jeff Green picks one up. For Portland, they have shot 67% from the line, going 6 of 9. And Greg, with Enes Kanter last season, he had to miss significant time with the broken hand, but his offensive game is something to watch when he's healthy.
He just plays hard. He provides that instant offense off the bench, a great array of post moves to pick from.
The Nets making a switch here. James is checked in. Now Powell. He's got 5. The feed to Kanter. Powell with the screen. The drive by Kanter. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
Kev, that is the strength of Enes Kanter on display. This guy is so good at staying with his shot, even when there's bodies around him.
This is his 2nd trip to the free throw line.
Well, Kev, you have to love how Enes Kanter plays with his back to the basket. This guy is so efficient. He is one of the most productive big men off the bench, the kind of player every coach would love to have to get a little juice in your second unit.
Here's Griffin, and the Nets miss again. Trailblazers trail by 19. Jones drives in. That one goes in. Jones has got his first basket.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Doris, as you said, Kanter has thrived as a sixth man. His ability to score on the block, he can carry an offense of a second unit.
Yeah, a lot of how Kanter scores is with his incredible footwork. He is great at sealing off a defender to get the shot he wants, and he's also a very strong finisher.
Leaf checked in for Robert Covington. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Now here's Powell. Defense right on him. Three-pointer, Lillard. It doesn't go for him. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. James with the bucket. Here's Lillard. 19 points in the game. 1:39 left in the third quarter. And Portland again with the bucket.
Yeah, you got to enjoy seeing Lillard fire away here. An awesome scorer who can just take over games all by himself.
Picked by Griffin. Off the screen. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Well, that's not exactly the most solid screen you'll see, but it still works.
Lillard against James. Dishes it to Jones. 1:02 left in the third quarter. That one goes. Count it. Leafs got his second bucket tonight.
Well, in that individual matchup, the rim is totally unprotected. He's just got too much size on him.
Back to James. And stolen by Lillard. Here's the break. And Lillard throws it down.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
On the wing, James. Covered by Lillard. And that one's good. Griffin.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Back to Powell. Just 5 to shoot. Over Griffin. The shot by Powell, no good. Good if it goes. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Defensively, we got to give a little more pressure to their shots, all right? Make them make the second, third, fourth play.
That's Terry Stotts drawing the line defensively. Doesn't want the first guy with the ball to beat him.
And that's where a total effort is needed. Get back quickly, match up, call out screens, really the complete package.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. They've got Jones. Nurkic is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Anthony in at the small forward. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Free throw good, James Harden. And Doris, regarding league expansion with the popularity of international basketball, you think there'll ever be a team added to the NBA that is not located in North America?
You know, this is a fascinating supposition because the game is so popular in China. The game is increasingly popular in any number of non-NBA cities in Europe, Kev. I just wonder about the logistics of it. We talk all the time about the difficulty of the travel schedule and then the games in a certain number of nights. If you're incorporating overseas travel, it just seems to me that that's going to be a tough jigsaw to work out.
It could be if you're playing on the East Coast and play in a London or a Paris. Those flights probably don't measure much over 7 hours. But I get your point, and that, you know, all leagues are looking at this now very closely.
This is something the league is looking hard at. It'll be curious to see what occurs from it.
One of the things, too, is do we need to influence overseas markets now to find new revenues? I think that's something that all the leagues are looking at. That's good from Kanter. And one of the most dangerous shooters in the league, Damian Lillard, only needs a sliver of daylight grade to get that baby off.
Yeah, I mean, he'll brush off the comparisons to Steph Curry, but he presents some of the same problems for the defense. Deep range, a quick release, and just one of the nastiest step-back jumpers in the game.
Kicks it to Cantor. Anthony with it, picked up by Harris. Nurkic setting the pick for Anthony. And Griffin sends it back. Anthony against Harris. Outside Griffin. That three off the mark. Trailblazers trail by 21. Outside Jones. Anthony with the screen on Irving, and Lillard kicks to Anthony. Again, the miss by Anthony.
Well, they know not to leave him open from mid-range, and they're all over him on that shot.
Irving misses.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. And Griffin sends it back. Nurkic can't hit.
He does the hard part. Gets through the defense all the way to the rim. I thought the finish would be the easy part.
The Trailblazers shooting at 51%. Really solid. And Lillard kicks to Anthony. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And here comes Harris, leading the fast break over Anthony. The baseline J. He's still out. Now he is 9 of 10.
Yeah, they're having a tough time containing Harden here tonight. No surprise there.
And Lillard kicks to Anthony. Pass to Cantor. Anthony against Harris. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
You know, it's kind of cool looking back at the career Carmelo Anthony has enjoyed. He helps his college team to their first ever title. He's a 10-time All-Star in the NBA. And the list just keeps on going for Melo. It's awesome.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Collins comes in for Cantor. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Jones. A look from Durant. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Griffin's got 5 assists in the game. And Doris, everyone's going to want Melo to deliver and win a title, but he's done so much and won at so many different levels, he shouldn't have anything else left to prove.
No, I couldn't agree more, Kev. He's a proven scorer at the NBA level. He's got multiple golds in international play. And Melo just one of 3 guys to score 10,000 points with 2 different teams. Elvin Hayes and Kareem are the only 2 others.
Irving drives in. Nurkic with the block. Lillard from outside, and it's Lillard again missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And here's Harden for 3. Excellent D there from Anthony.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Nurkic the pass to Lillard. Over Irving, and there's Lillard on the assist by Nurkic. And now it's up to 25 points for Damian Lillard. Picked by Griffin. Lillard against Irving. He kicks it to Griffin. Over Collins. Griffin can't get it to go in. Trailblazers trail by 21. Lillard outside to the paint. Collins a screen on Durant. Anthony, and he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
I'd say not much to be done about that. You can play perfect defense and Melo is still going to drain it on you.
Irving against Lillard from deep. That shot off, so the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Anthony dishes to McCollum. Now the pass to Nurkic. Here's Lillard, and he lays it straight in. Lillard's got 4 points this quarter.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Irving kicks to Durant. Banked in off the glass. Durant's got 11 in the second half.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
I'll tell you, he's relentless right now. He's going straight at the defense and knocking down a lot of shots in this quarter.
Drills the three-pointer.
This guy's pulling his weight tonight. The guys around him need to pick up the slack and start following his lead.
Here's Griffin, and he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
I'll tell you, that's a graceful finish. Not just any old layup. The teardrop.
One of the most impressive things about Blake Griffin is, Greg, when he gets out and runs the open floor.
Yeah, not to mention his ability to run the break himself. A terrific ball handler, even under pressure, and one of the best passers at the 4 in the league, if not the best.
The 3 from McCollum. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
To the inside. Nurkic with the steal. Lillard with it. Guarded now by Irving. Lillard against Irving. McCollum with the ball. Screen by Nurkic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Second shot opportunity. And he banks in the layup.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
Boy, I'll tell you, Greg, that's just inexcusable. All they had to do was box him out. You learn a lesson the hard way in that instance.
And here's McCollum.
Shoot!
And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. First one falls for him. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Nets leading by 13. Feeds it to Harden. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Portland's gotten off 4 three-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen.
He needs to stop shooting the ball right now. This is hurting his team.
Durant kicks to Irving, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
Well, just loses his head for a moment. That's not overthinking. That's just not thinking.
The Trailblazers shooting here in the fourth quarter around 41%. Lillard against Irving. Nurkic, the pass to Lillard. Trailblazers moving the ball around. McCollum against Harden. Pulls up on the wing. McCollum, no good. Brooklyn's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. That's tipped. Outside Anthony. Over Durant. And Durant sends it back.
Boy, the long arms of Kevin Durant twice on the pipes. He's fighting it in this quarter. Hasn't been able to get into any sort of groove.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. There's Nurkic. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. Free throw, no good for Nurkic.
Yeah, and that's been the story of the game. I mean, the rebounding has been very one-sided.
To the paint. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
Well, he's obviously anticipating different movement there. And instead of an easy connection, the pass sails straight into the front row.
Trailblazers trail by 13. And Lillard kicks to Collins. Nurkic against Jordan. And here's Anthony for 3. The putback. Rebound, Brooklyn. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Releases. Again, Durant missing. And for Portland, they're shooting at 51%. Really solid. Unloads from 13. And he overshot that one, missing.
Boy, the way he's been going, he is not going to be the guy to turn this around.
To the middle. Here's Griffin. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Boy, he's been relentless, and to this point, they haven't had an answer for him on the inside. Let's see if they make some adjustments coming out of the timeout.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We got to dial up our effort. Kevin will see if they have enough to get it done.
Nurkic a screen on Harden. 6 to shoot. Poked loose. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Shots good by Durant.
Well, you can tell Kevin Durant is percolating right now. He is exceptional at getting to his rhythm.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Screen by Nurkic. Cullen passes to Nurkic. Now here's Durant. Passes it to Irving. 1:39 left in the fourth. And it's off the back rim. No good. Trailblazers trail by 16. Anthony on the wing. Defended by Durant. Screen by Nurkic. Tries it from the top of the key. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
You simply can't give him that. You have to fight through the screen and at least get a hand in the face of the shooter.
Irving kicks to Durant. Over McCollum, and that one's good. Durant's got 18 points just in the second half.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Nets.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kevin Durant.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Lillard outside. Here's Irving. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. DeAndre, where did you try to make the most impact tonight?
Just trying to limit those guys to one shot. They have a really big team, so keeping them off the board. But, you know, setting screens and rolling, putting pressure on those guys. Our guys are shooting the basketball, so we really open it up for easy looks.
That is how you can impact the game without touching the ball, DeAndre. Thank you. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.